everybody, आज हम लोग अभी बात करेंगे इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर रेशियोज की. सो वी विल टॉक अबाउट इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर रेशियो. So inventory turnover ratio basically indicates how fast your inventory is moving, right? That means I want to know, okay, fine, how fast. Now with your inventory turnover ratio can be calculated at the stock item level, and then it can be aggregated to the stock group level, right? And then or at the company level, right? ये simple है, then that's it. ठीक है ना? But it has got a particular time granularity. That means inventory turnover ratio will be saying that it is valid for a certain time. It is valid for a certain time period. ठीक है ना? Now the formula for this inventory turnover ratio, is sales divided by average inventory. Okay, this average inventory is defined as opening inventory plus closing inventory number divided by 2. So opening inventory number divided by closing inventory number divided by 2. So this is in general this is the formula. Opening inventory number plus closing inventory number divided by 2. So this is it. Now what should be the values for inventory turnover ratio? Now suppose I am doing an yearly analysis. My sales is 500 units, and I am doing an analysis at the item level. My sales is 500 unit. My opening inventory is 20 units. My closing inventory is 180 units. So my total inventory turnover ratio is going to be equal to 500 divided by 180 plus 20 divided by 2, which is equal to 200 by 200, which is equal to 5. That means that I am turning around the inventory 5 times in a year. That means my inventory stays with me for approximately 365 divided by 5, which is equal to 73 days, right? Now it's your value call whether it's a good inventory turnover ratio or a bad inventory turnover ratio. However, an inventory turnover ratio below 2 is considered inefficient inventory valuation, right? It's considered something to be looked at. So that is what it comes out. Now we will look at inventory turnover ratio can be calculated at two levels. One is going to be at the company level, and the second is going to be at the location and the go down level, right? So this is how it is going to be. So now we come down to Power BI and Turbodata as to how to calculate inventory turnover ratio, right? So we start with this. So this is sales divided by average inventory. So I come down to I don't go here, I go down to my sales, which is my stock item view, and I see this measure, which is an average of, this will be my closing balance, and this is my sales, which is going to be valid for any such time period, right? So what I will do here is I will go to the right and I will say inventory turnover ratio analysis. So inventory turnover ratio, inventory turnover ratio underscore analysis, and then I say this is here, and I've got a company name, which has got a company name here, right? And then I have got an item name, so I put an item name here. So I put an item name here. Then I put in my closing stock value. Now this closing stock value is going to be here, and then my sales value here. Right. Now this closing stock value, when you give it up, you always put an average. So always try and put an average of the closing stock value here. And then for the sale, which is going to be here, you simply put it as sales. Sales of inventory. Now the sales of inventory, you will not put up the value, you will put up the quantity. So this quantity is going to be taken up from here, right? And this is going to be, and the closing balance is going to be calculated here. Now for the date parameter, which is going to be there, it's going to be picked up as from the date dimension. So I put in a slicer, this and here, right? And I go and do a date dimension. So I go here and I say put up fiscal year, fiscal month. So basically what happens is that when I put a particular fiscal year and fiscal month, and suppose say I put taken a particular time, so instead of this, what I will do is I will remove the slicer, just 1 second. I will remove the slicer and I will pick up this slicer here, and I will go down here, and then I will pick up the date dimension here. And let it come like this. So what happens is that if I am moving this date dimension here, then it is calculating the average of inventory over this particular time period. So I have done this, changed it here so that it becomes very easy to understand. That means what is my average inventory between these two particular time periods, and what is my total sales quantity in this particular time period. Now my sales quantity divided by my average of the closing balance quantity will give me my inventory turnover ratio. So it becomes very simple. I go here, I pick this up, and I make in a new column. So I'll make in a new column, and in that particular column I'll simply say sales divided by an average inventory turnover ratio. Now this was as far as the overall the company is concerned, right? Now if I need to calculate the inventory turnover ratio at company, location and batch level, so I can also do it at the company and the location level, right? Then I need to go one level below. So I need to go one level below to stock item batch inventory details level. So I will also show you how to do this here. So we come down to this, and I pick up my closing balance inventory divided by the sales quantity. and that gives me my inventory turnover ratio. Now this is my inventory turnover ratio at the company level. Is that clear? This goes here. Isn't it simple? So you can define your inventory turnover ratio at the company level. Similarly, you can, this same ratio can be summed up at the item group level, stock item group level, and stock item category level also. But do remember that please keep the average of inventory to be here. Right now this is a circular dependency which has come in. So column 2, stock item view, profit, stock item view, sales inventory, stock item view, closing balance inventory. So I go here, here. This is enter, and what I do here is divide this. I cut this out, and I make a measure, modeling, and I make a measure, I will have to do it this way, where company name is equal to company name. So I'll have to close it here. Put in a new column. This is company name, item name. This is going to be calculate sum of sales inventory quantity across all. So the way to now calculate it from across the measures is going to be as follows. Inventory turnover underscore ratio is equal to alt enter, where company name is equal to company name, where item name is equal to item name, where sales underscore value is equal to calculate sum of sale pending sales quantity loss relatives total sales. If I put it at that, so divided by average inventory. Alt enter, move down, sales underscore value. 0.13, 0.69. Right? That makes sense. 70, 26.59. This is okay, but anything below 0.8, below 0.2 is a problem. Right, so this is inventory turnover ratio analysis. Right, so anything below 2 is a problem. Now your second case is going to be is that if I close this, if I want to do the inventory turnover ratio at the stock item batch level. So I go here, stock item batch level, and then you go down, company name, stock item name, sales order quantity, and then closing stock batch. Along with it the go down name, because the go down name is your location name, right? And then so this will give you your inventory turnover ratio at the stock item batch level. Right, so this is how it is calculated. Thank you very much for your time, and with this we close our session.